Hi, so family. Welcome to my channel. We talk about all things to heal, grow, and evolve. And today I wanted to talk about spiritual protection, spiritual hygiene, and how to keep your energy clean, how to keep your energy up, and call your energy back to you. These are essential spiritual practices you should have if you're in your everyday routine. If this is your first time watching, welcome. My name is Sage, and on this channel we talk about things such as spirituality, metaphysics, and African history. So if that's something that you're interested in, just keep on watching. And I wanted to make this video because even though there's so many different ways, there's so many different other people talking about spiritual protection, I still get asked the same question. How do I protect myself? What do I do when dark forces come after me? My life feels like it's in shambles. How do I protect my energy? How do I call my energy back to you? And I think the basics of spiritual protection is very simple. However, due to so many people talking about it, so many people giving their own opinions, their own perspectives, I feel like a lot of people are overcomplicating how to really protect yourself. And I feel like it starts with very two basic components you must master in order to truly have control of your energy, truly have control of your aura. You can do all the spells in the world, all the rituals, all the spiritual baths, but it comes down to having two main components. You need to have power over your mind and power over the tongue. You need to have master of this first, or else your candle work, your rituals, your protection spells, all of that is just going to cancel out. Because how can you do a candle work, a candle spell for protection, but yet your mind is still in fear? You're still telling yourself that you feel cursed. You're still telling yourself that your life is in shambles. You just canceled out that ritual. You just canceled out that spiritual bath you did. So in order for you, so before you even start doing all these rituals, all these baths, all these spells for protection, you need to have control over that two components, the power of the mind and power of the tongue. And then once you have control of that, then once you start implementing practical uses, as I stated earlier, then these spells, these energies will be amplified because of your intentions and because you have power over what you're saying, and you can focus your energy towards these things. This will boost and this will up your protection spells. And I will give you guys some practical uses, but I really want to hone on to this because this is very important. And a lot of people don't really talk about this. They just give you a spell and then that's just it. But you need to have control over these two components because at the end of the day, no one has permission to attack you unless you give them permission. No one has the permission to attach your soul onto you unless you give them permission to. However, these dark forces are tricksters. They can manipulate you and trick you into lowering your guard, lowering your vibration, becoming fearful. And because you are in these low vibrational energies, that can lower your defense system, that can lower your aura. So because of that, it's easier for them to penetrate through your aura. This is kind of interesting because someone asked me this question before. Um, Someone asked me, can a demon just come and take your soul away? And then at first I thought about it and I was like, well, if you give them permission, yeah. Y'all really think demons are out here like Santa Claus hopping from chimney to chimney stealing souls? If it was that easy for a demon to just come and snatch your soul away, there wouldn't be any uses to make contracts and bonds and bind yourself to these forces because they have to have permission to steal your soul. They have to have permission to take anything away from you, take your energy or steal your energy away from you. If a demon can do that, just got your nose, got your soul, and then just ran away, we wouldn't have to have any of these contracts or whatnot with these demonic forces for that to happen. There has to be some type of exchange. This was people who are very rich, entertainment industries. They give away a piece of their soul in exchange for wealth, in exchange for fame, in exchange for recognition. Yeah, so if a demon could easily just snatch your soul, there wouldn't have to be any contracts or whatnot for that to happen. The same thing with vampires. A vampire has to have permission to enter your home before it's trying to steal your blood or steal your energy. You have to give them permission. This is where the trick comes in. Like I said earlier, they're very good at tricking you. Word manipulation, energy manipulation, emotional manipulation. These are things that they're very good at doing to lower your guard down and tricking you into giving your energy away. That's really what you have to be mindful of. That's what you have to have discernment over. So you have to really have discernment over your own emotions, how you feel. Have to have emotional assessments within yourself, energetic assessments, bodily assessments, constantly checking in with yourself and really assessing your feelings because that is what will really determine what type of frequency you're at, your emotions. And that determines if you're vibrating at a high or a low frequency. Being in a constant state of fear, doubt, anger, hate, depression, these are very low vibrations. And because of this, your aura is vibrating at a very low rate. And this being in these type of low vibrational emotions, you're kind of giving these lower forces access to your energy, access to your aura. Because if you're feeling constant fear, feeling constant hate, constant anger, you're lowering your defenses because there's holes surrounding your aura. You're poking holes in your aura. So that's why you need to find out what part of your aura has low defenses. Where are you leaking in your aura? Because this is where these forces could be attaching itself onto you, to the point it's penetrating your aura, to the point where it's attaching onto your soul. So if you feel like you're under spiritual attack, or you feel like you may encounter these type of things, these type of negative experiences in your life, you have to figure out what part of your life is under attack. It could be financially, health-wise, friendships, family, romance. You have to figure that out to see what part of these dark forces have penetrated your aura and where exactly. So let's talk about the power of your mind. Like I say constantly, all is mental. The universe is mental. All is the mind. So if your mind is not in control, if your mind is at a state of chaos, so will your life be. And because if you're living in this state of chaos for a consistent amount of time, it is pretty much easy for you to be attacked, or for these dark forces to steal your energy, because it's just free game for them. Because your defenses are so low, because there's holes around your aura, it's easy for them to just penetrate and attach itself onto you to steal your energy. I like to say your mind is your throne. The throne is your crown, which is your crown chakra, which is the gateway to higher forces, higher dimensions. It's a connection to the divine. So this is why you need to guard your mind, guard your thoughts and beliefs. Also, keeping your faith, your trust, and your beliefs up as well. The moment you lower your trust, lower your beliefs in yourself and higher powers, you're lowering your defenses. If you have wavering faith, you keep going back and forth. Your trust is high one day, then your trust is low the next. Not only do you not have trust in yourself, but it means you're not in trust with your spirit guide, your ancestors, the divine. And if you don't have trust that everything works out in your favor, that means that you're in a state of confusion. You're in a state of not sure what's going to happen. And this could lead to a lot of self-sabotaging situations in your life. Having faith within yourself, this is what's going to get you out of any unfavored situations. Also, having faith in higher powers, knowing that you're always guided and protected, because we know we are spiritual beings living a human experience. Because we are spiritual beings, we have spirit guides, spirit councils, angels, God watching over us. We have a whole team of people. We have a whole council of spiritual beings here at our side. Spirit is always watching. Spirit knows. Spirit can hear things from other people saying things behind your back, but you may not know that, but spirit heard it. That's why they took that person away from your life. Spirit may have seen this negative opportunity. You may have thought it would be maybe this job that you wanted. You may have thought it would be a blessing. You may have thought this is the next stage for you, but Spirit saw what was going to happen. Spirit saw the tragedies. So maybe you got that rejection letter because there is something else better. There is something better waiting for you. So sometimes we think these things are blessings. Sometimes we think we have negative situations where we feel like we're attacked or we're cursed, but it could be a blessing in disguise. This is why you always keep your faith up, and keeping that communication system up between you and your spirit guides, so you can gain clarity and not be confused about the next step. Because we're not supposed to know every little thing that happens. That's how we get steps. That's how we get guides. That's how we have step-by-step directions on what to do, where to go, and if we need to rest or we need to take a break, we'll be guided to do so. So always having faith that you are guided and protected no matter what the circumstances, and not being in a victim mindset. I can't tell you how dangerous it is to have a victim mentality and a victim complex. You're just destroying your mind by doing that. Seeing yourself as a victim, woe is me, wanting people to feel sorry for you, trying to gain pity from other people. That's just easy energy for dark forces to attach itself onto you. You want people to feel sorry for you because you feel sorry for yourself. Every action you make is a choice. Every day we choose to have faith or we choose to be in fear. How we react to things, either in a positive or a negative reaction, is a choice. And these choices that we make will either help us or harm us. And to either further ourselves, to remove dark energies, to get ourselves out of dark situations, or that's going to push ourselves even more into these dark situations. We have the option, we have the choice to make what decision, which position, which timeline we're going to be in. This all comes down to how much power and control you have over your mind. If you allow your thoughts to spiral and you go down a rabbit hole of negative thoughts, worst case scenarios, feeling like you're never going to make it out, feel like there's no hope for you, feeling like you're cursed, all this other type of low vibrational things, that is going to be your reality. And that's going to be the same cycle of negativity, the same cycle of tragedy, the same cycle of all these negative things that will continue to happen, continue to cycle in your life over and over. Because all is mental. What you're thinking in your mind will reflect your external reality. Your aura has different layers. Your aura is kind of like a force field that surrounds and bubbles and encases your soul. So if your mind is operating and vibrating at a high frequency, you're going to have more layers of auras that's going to be strong, it's durable, unpenetrable, surrounding your soul. But if you're in a constant state of fear, your aura is going to be very weak. It's not going to be a uniform shape. It's going to look very staticky. So if you're having examples, so nightmares, health issues, health declining, physical health and mental health, destiny swaps, destiny stealing, these always start first in the spiritual before it manifests in the physical. But we also have to realize at the end of the day, all of these things we're experiencing here in the 3D world is just an illusion. We're here as spiritual beings to live this human experience. We created this illusion for ourselves, for us to have this human experience. So none of this is really real. This is why I go back to fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It only feels real because we're allowing ourselves to think that way, because we give it power to the point where it feels real to us. Is really the fact that we are always in control of our mind. We're always in control of our energy, and we have the power to decide what happens to us. We have the power to take back whatever has been stolen. We have the option to allow ourselves to continue to suffer or to thrive. And to do this, we need to fight back. How do we fight back these energies, these dark forces? Is to call your energy back to you. You have to take control back. You have to take control of your thoughts and not allow fear to penetrate your aura and take control of your mind. We all have fearful thoughts. It's just how we react to them. If we get a thought that scares us or something crosses our mind, something from our past, trauma, triggers, it's what do you do after? Do you react to that? Do you just spiral? Do you just allow that to be your reality, or do you just release it and let it go? Let spirit handle it and keep going about your business. What are you going to do in that action? What actions are you going to take? That is how you take your power back. That is how you fight back. You release it and you let it go. And you command protection. You command faith over your life. Now let's talk about the power of your tongue. Whatever the situation is, stop telling yourself that you're under attack. The more you say it, the more it will become a reality. The power of the tongue is so potent, and what you say can really manifest into reality. So you feel like you're under attack, you feel sick, you feel not well. The more you keep telling yourself that, the more that's actually going to happen. It's the same thing with your mind. If you keep thinking that you're cursed, you keep thinking that you're under attack, if you think someone's going to come after you, that is what's going to be your reality, because you're stating that. You're aligning yourself with that type of timeline. So you need to have power over your tongue. What are you telling yourself? What are you saying to yourself? Instead of saying that you're under attack or you're cursed, you can easily say something along the lines of, I'm fighting a winning battle against unwanted energies. Before I go to sleep, I always say this to myself. As I go to sleep, I surround myself with a bubble of love. I cover myself with spiritual armor, divine protection, intervention. All energies with intentions to hurt or harm me, monitoring spirits, remote viewings, low vibrational spirits, I command you to leave now. I return you back to source. I return you back to divine so you can be dealt with and handled with accordingly. I always say that to myself before I go to sleep. Every single day. I am anointing myself with that prayer. I am anointing myself with a bubble of love. And I say love specifically because love is the highest vibrational frequency of the universe. The universe operates on love. Dark forces cannot go through love. Dark forces don't even want to deal with love. It can't even touch it. It's too bright. It's too high vibrational for them. They can't come near it. They can't interact it. It hurts for them to be in that light, to be in that high vibration. So they can't penetrate an aura full of love. They can't penetrate an aura full of light that is so high vibrational. So that's why I specifically say love. This is what I mean when I say state your intentions. Your words have meaning, and saying these words with specific intentions can boost and amplify your anointings, amplify your protection you say over yourself. This is how you take control of your aura, call your energy back to you. Molding it molding your aura, and only allowing energies of high vibration. My ancestors with good intentions, my spirit guides, my spirit team, angels, high vibrational forces of love. These are the only type of energies that can have access to me, that can have access to my aura. And because I give myself that permission and I state that that is my intention, no other type of forces can come near me. Before I get into practical uses, I also want to mention that when we get a thought that is fearful, release these thoughts of fear, but also release guilt that we're having within ourselves. I know, especially for me, sometimes I feel very guilty and I feel very shameful of having thoughts of fear or having a reaction to fear or becoming fearful of that. That is also something we need to release. Instead of feeling shame, I think it's important for us to give ourselves compassion and love. I think the fact that we recognize a thought that is fearful for us is very powerful because we've developed self-awareness, and because we recognize thoughts that are fearful, we're able to do something about it. So instead of feeling shame, guilt, or just holding on to it or suppressing it even more, it's better for us to give ourselves compassion and the love. Give that compassion back to ourselves so that it's easy for us to release more of these fearful thoughts and not feel shameful about them. This is also how we take control. This is also how we call our energy back to us, not allowing these fears to get the most of us. Last section, let's talk about practical things you can do to keep up your spiritual hygiene. So we talked about having power of the tongue, power of the mind. You need to master these things first in order for your practical uses to be amplified and to be boosted. So I like this phrase, it's be prepared, not scared. So we need to prepare. You got to stay ready so you don't got to get ready. I feel like no matter where you go, always keep something on you, whether it's a crystal, some type of mineral on you, some type of medallion. Always have something on you to protect yourself because you don't really know who you're going to run into. Even if it's at work, going to the grocery store, always keep something on you. And before I even go out, before I even walk out the door, I always state to myself that I am protected. I anoint myself. I surround myself with a bubble of love. And I already set that intention for the day to have that protection over me. And just even that small thing, that small intention could really help you, and it goes a long way. So I talked about crystals. Crystals are very good for protection. I personally like shungite. Shungite is really good because it absorbs negative energy. Not only negative energy, but it also absorbs radiation. So I put it on my phone before I go to sleep. I know they have like there's like stickers for like phone cases you can put. Actually, I have the crystal right here. So I personally like shungite. I put this on top of my phone to absorb radiation, and it's also good for protection as well. My next favorite crystal I like using is clear quartz. I specifically use this when I'm traveling. I like keeping this on me for clarity, and I like keeping it on me for to cleanse my aura as well. You can keep them underneath your pillow before you go to sleep. You can keep it in your pocket. Copper is really good. You can wear copper bracelets. That's also good for protection, and it's also good for health as well. Has pretty good health benefits. Spiritual baths. Y'all need to be doing y'all spiritual baths at least once a month. Spiritual baths is really good. It's like an energetic cleanser. It cleanses anything that you may have picked up from other people, from family, from work. It cleanses that and it removes it from your aura. At least once a month, you need to be doing a spiritual bath. I like to use salt, either pink Himalayan salt, sea salt, or black salt. And I like to put these in the corners of my room. Salt is very good. It's very potent and it keeps negative spirits away. You're pretty much putting an aura around your home. Dark forces like to hide in the corners. They like to keep themselves attached in the corners of your home. So if you put these salts in the corner, you're pretty much driving them away from your home. Plants are also very good for spiritual protection. I love me a snake plant. I love me a good snake plant. Snake plant is also called a sword plant because it will, depending on where you put this snake plant in your home, it could be very good for spiritual protection. Snake plant is really good. Cactuses are very high vibrational. Succulents are very high vibrational. These are things that can drive away dark forces. Also, what you consume, either physically consume through music, watching TV, social media. What are you consistently consuming? Are you letting your thoughts consume you? Are you letting your thoughts of fear consume you? Are you letting thoughts of the internet consume you? Like I did a video about, you have to be mindful of what you watch on the internet because there are things that are intentionally put out for us to have a fear-based reaction. And if you're consistently watching these things on social media, on the news, you're consuming that negative energy. And if you're not really sure how to release it or transmute it, it's going to stay. And that type of energy is going to attach itself onto you. The foods that you eat, foods that are low vibration, greasy foods, oily foods, junk foods, eating these at a consistent basis can also lower your energy. Implementing things such as fruits and vegetables is a good way to keep your energetic vibration up. The music that you listen to, I'm just saying, you just have to be very mindful of the things that you're consuming, you're putting into your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind takes in every little thing. Maybe if we're not consciously aware of what we're hearing at all times, everything that we hear, everything that we come across, even though we don't pay attention to it, if we're not aware of it, our subconscious is, and it takes note of that, and it absorbs that energy. It's not being scared, it's being prepared. And as long as you implement these different practical uses into your daily routine, you should be able to have your energy up. You should be able to have your aura up, and you should have the ability to call your energy back to you. Last but not least is working with your spirit team. I recommend having an altar, keeping a journal, prayer journal, burning a candle, something that you do to keep the communication system between you and your spirit team, between you and God, you and the universe. You gotta have something to constantly keep up the communication system. The communication system goes both ways. They communicate to you, you communicate with them as well. And you have to have some sort of way to receive downloads or receive channels from your spirit guides or from your spirit team, so be able to know what to do next, or you'll be able to know what they want you to do, so you can be guided correctly towards the path you're meant to go, or to be guided to do something or to not do something. You need to have some sort of communication system. And this could help you build a bond between you and your spirit team, so you can get to know them more. The more you try to actively communicate, actively reach out to them, the more they will respond to it. It's not just, oh, I need some protection, and you leave. Oh, I need money, I need my bills paid, and then you leave. You need to have pure intentions and come to them that you want to build a bond. Not just because you want something or need something, but because you want to get to know your spirit team more. These spirit guides, these are your ride or die, y'all. I'm going to make a video about this, but your spirit team is your ride or die. They will fight for you, but you need to come with pure intentions to get to that level first. That is all I have for today. These are a few things that I wanted to mention about how to protect yourself and essential practices to build up and keep your spiritual hygiene up. I hope this video finds you well.